Hey everybody, Marie here. I just wanted to give an update of what's going on here in Kerala. I've been trying to post on Facebook, which I don't post very often. I don't like it. Um, I stay away from the social media a lot of times because even though I'm a very open person, I don't like to share my personal life to social media. But this is about Ayurveda. And even though this is my personal journey in Ayurveda here with my client, I want to be more open about what's going on. So we traveled very far to get here and took 2 days. It was actually pretty smooth. But then once we landed, it was tough. Here in Kerala, it was a really long journey in, and I already posted about that. Our first night here was really brutal, and it was not very good accommodations at all. And then we went on a search the next day after our first day of treatments, and found a really great place. So I am here now in this really great place, although I am moving tomorrow to one of the cottages at this lovely resort where we're at. So we're in the first week of the Ayurveda treatments, working with a beautiful Ayurveda healer named Pradeep. So you'll hear me talk about Pradeep, but he is who we are working with. And I found out about him from the satsang group, which is a spiritual group that I have been involved in for, it'll be 3 years this fall. And my beautiful friend Jill and Kaya are the ones that brought me into it, Jill. So I'm thankful for Jill. Thank you for bringing me into that group, because then I was able to listen to people talk about their own experience. And one of the participants in the group had done 2.5 months of Ayurveda treatments with his mom and stepdad, and just his experience and talking about the healing that his mom got was just, it just blew my mind, and it made me realize, okay, I need to go do that. So even though I do Ayurveda myself, I'm an Ayurvedic practitioner and I work with clients, it's just so different the way we work. Like, I'll see somebody maybe once a week, maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter, and that is not how you really heal. You just can't. When you're just basically getting breadcrumbs of treatments, you can't heal. And it's difficult to do that. So we are here committed to a 40-day treatment program. And first of all, I wanted to mention a few things that's really important. So my client that I brought is on some pretty heavy-duty medications for the illness that he has. And he's a young man. And I also take a little bit of hormones like progesterone and estrogen, because I'm sort of getting into menopause. I'm getting there, and I'm not there yet. But we talked about medications, because in the West, the way that Western medicine, based on science, deals with the body is the body's just physical. And that is how science, although it's changing, that is how science has looked at the body. That is how medicine in the West looks at the body, that is just physical. And so they address just the physical. And it's either with treatments that cut something out or cover something up, or they give you medications. That's the big thing, medications. So one of the things that Pradeep talked about is that when we take medications, what it does is it causes a kapha imbalance. It makes it so that the body's heavy. It creates stagnation and heaviness in the body. And if you're taking medication, he said even just ibuprofen and Tylenol and things like that, say you have a pain or you've got headaches or whatever you've got going on, and you're taking over the counter medication for it, it still creates this heaviness. And then if it becomes a habit because you can't sleep at night, so you're taking medications, or you do have pain and so you're taking ibuprofen, that creates heaviness and it blocks the channels, and then more pain will be created. And so we are talking about how this first part of the treatment is to open up the channels. And my client has to stay on his medication, and so we are working around that. And he doesn't, Pradeep and myself both don't want him to come off of the medication. We're going to work around that, and he's working around that and getting him healed from other angles so that he can wean off of the medication. So it's not that Western medicine doesn't have its place. It does. It's just that we need to understand what those therapies and what those medicines do to the actual body and how Ayurveda looks at it. And from an Ayurvedic perspective, it is causing heaviness. It's causing stagnation. And when we have heaviness and stagnation, that's blockage. The first part of our treatments here are all about opening up the body and opening up the channels. What does that mean? It means that whatever patterns are going on inside of us, inside of you, they are from this lifetime, from your parents, from your ancestors. You know, our parents hand down to us what they learned. So we receive their wounds, we receive their parents' wounds, through behaviors and beliefs and limitations. We get it all. And so it's about dealing with what are the patterns that are causing imbalances in your body. For me, my pattern is pain. I have a lot of pain. I've been dealing with shingles. This is part of why I wanted to come here. I've had shingles off and on for the last 10 years. I had an incident that many of you know about, for those of you who are my clients and students. I almost died from sepsis from a super stressful event 11 years ago. I got an infection and it went septic. It went into the blood and it started shutting down my organs, and I almost died the first night. And then after that, my body was weak, and I did switch over to Ayurveda therapies to get better. And so I did finally get better because of Ayurveda, even in the West. But anytime I had a stressful event, it would trigger shingles. And now it's like the smallest little thing causes a stressful event. So my nervous system is overactivated to the point to where I get really, really hot feet. I start getting like an internal shaking. My whole body gets hot, and it's not the fire element. It's not pitta. It's vata. It's from being depleted for so long, and really not being able to just take the time off that I needed to heal, because I have to work and I'm trying to figure it out and work within this beautiful healing system with such minimal knowledge, although that is expanding, because like Pradeep even said, the more you do it, the more you learn, and experience is really what has helped me be a much better Ayurveda practitioner. So I've now had quite a few years under my belt to know, okay, this is going to help this client, that's not going to help that client. And now I'm really getting a huge boost with this experience here in Kerala, because I'm here for 40 days and it's hardcore. So what's going on? My client is having really great results so far. He came here not being able to eat. He did have to do pretty hardcore medications in order to help him gain enough weight and be able to eat so that he could do this journey here. But it's all artificial. It's all because of the medication. So Ayurveda is helping to heal him through the treatments and the food. And so far, this is pretty miraculous. He is able to eat all the food. And the food is incredible, and it's all medicine. But for me, I am I'm constipated. I've got 3 days now. I've not been able to go. And Pradeep says, it's emotional, Marie. And I know it is, because I can feel it. And then, the first part of the treatments are all about opening up the body. So we need to open the channels, and we need to open up the tissues. We need to open up all the fibers. All the fascial tissue needs to be open, because within that fascial tissue, that visceral body is where all of our patterns of pain are holding, and where our injuries are being stuck. So if you had, say you were in a car accident, I was in one 15 years ago, you get hit, that impact of the car reverberates through the tissues, through the layers of who you are. And then if it doesn't get processed properly, it just stays stuck. And what we tend to do in the West is we only allow such a short amount of time for healing, and then we move on with our lives, and we try to carry on and ignore what happened. We don't have time. We don't have time to really do the important self-care, so we ignore it, and we just carry on. And then that pattern stays stuck in the body. And now I've got this kink in my neck that I constantly deal with from that accident. And it's just stuck in there. And it surfaces when I have stress. It's like, dang, I've got a kink in my neck again, like you slept wrong. Except mine's from a car accident. So I have that. And then there's a lot of other stuff from my past that is up. So we are opening it all up. We are opening up the channels. We are directly going in to resolve, to help these patterns that cause the pain, that cause the ongoing shingles, that cause my nervous system to be overstimulated. We're going in there to open up all of it so that I can finally let it go. And letting go means feeling it, seeing it. I always recommend journaling. I want to say that I do have some resistance right now around journaling. I'm not really sure why, but I'm in this block right now. Obviously, I've got some constipation going on. That's a blockage. Can't let go. And so there's a part of my body that is really holding on to the traumas, the emotional stuckness. It's, for whatever reason, we're so used to a pattern that our body wants to hold on. And that's okay. I'm honoring that, and I'm loving that part of myself. And then just allowing it to continue to open and deal with it. So I have been pretty emotional the last couple of days, not like falling down crying, but it's there, like I'm feeling it. It's at the surface. Meditation is hard right now. Journaling, I'm having a hard time doing that. But I want to let everyone know where we're at in this healing process. And I want to share it, because I know me, if I don't share it along the way, I will forget. And I don't want to go back and then try to do a video. Oh, what was it like in that first week? I want to do it as I go. So this is all new for me to do this approach. And I want to give this healing journey to all of you as I go through it, because maybe it might be a way for others to heal, for others to find a path to freedom, because that's what we all want. We want to be happy. We want to have love, and we want to have kindness. And the biggest blockage to that is what's going on inside of us. That's the biggest blockage. All the outside challenges are just life showing up, and the hardship and all of it is what's going on inside of us. And so I am seeing all of it. I have all of what's going on inside of me at the surface. So I'm here to embrace it with kindness and gentleness and love. And I hope that whatever's going on for you in your life right now, whether you're allowing yourself healing or space to heal, time to reflect, time to really acknowledge what's going on in my life, what can I do to honor what's going on in my life and how I feel about it, how I think about it, and not to have to do this whole spiritual search of, oh, I've got to have this and I've got to have that, but just to accept this moment for what it is and love it anyway. And that's what we're doing here. And so thank you all for listening. I know this is a long message, but like I said, I want to try something different, and I'm posting, and I'm not used to that, but I'm doing it for this trip in the hopes that it'll help others. All right. So for now, that's what's going on. We're in day 3 of treatments, and it is hardcore. Hardcore. All right. Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.